Hello, Patrick Walchuk here, and as we used to do a lot, and we're trying to do it on a regular basis, is to take a look at a property or two and break out the financials and interpret them to see exactly what that means. Now, we've had some issues with the MLS system, and we've not been able to do that recently, but anyhow, we have found a property that we can share the financials with you on, and this was a triplex located in South Central Ottawa, and it was sold in March, by the way, and it was listed at $860. It sold for $805. It had a scheduled rental income of $62,000, an effective rental income. That's when you deduct money for vacancy and bad debt, in this case 3%. So it had an ERI of 60%. The operating expenses, as stated in the MLS system, were almost $17,000. When you add in an extra 10%, 5% for maintenance, 5% for management, what we have is the total operating expenses of $22,700 and change, and that gives us a net operating income of a little over $37,000. So that's what the numbers are. So what do the numbers mean? Well, it means a cap rate of 4.65, and we're seeing this more and more where buyers, typically aren't going to buy anything unless got a cap of 5 or more. So anyhow, this one had 4.65. The operating expense ratio was kind of average at almost 38%. It sold for 13 times the gross and 22 times the net, and that's fairly average. So this stuff here is all looking, when I say average, it's sort of average to the way things were about 4 years ago. Now, in terms of what is required for this property to break even, or neutral or slight positive cash flow, it used to be 35%. Over the past 5 years, it crept up to about 50%. So this property here, with a 34% down payment, that in dollars equates to $274,000, and that gives us a mortgage of about $531,000. So our annual debt service on that mortgage, that's basically what it means in terms of how much your mortgage payments per year, that's $37,000, and that equates to a small positive cash flow of $327,000 and a return on your investment of 0.12%. So this is just to tell you that you can get a property with a 34% down payment. Of course, if that number went up, you would have a higher ROI. So that's it in a nutshell. If you have any questions about this stuff, don't hesitate to give me a call. Thank you.